Hi friends, welcome to BioGlobe. If you like this channel, please like, share and subscribe. Today we are going to discuss the topic Neisseria gonorrhoeae. History. Neisser in 1879 was first to describe gonococci in gonorrhea pus. Bum in 1885 was first to cultivate the gonococcus and prove its pathogenicity by inoculating human volunteers. Weisselbaum in 1886 was first to describe meningococci from the spinal fluid of a patient. So these are the three scientists related with the history of the development of Neisseria gonorrhoeae. From the name itself said that Neisser in 1871 was the first to describe gonococci. So hence the name is comes under Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Then morphology. It's a gram-negative cocci. One and only gram-negative cocci or one and only pathogenic gram-negative cocci that is known as Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Size is 0.61 micrometer in diameter. They are arranged in pairs with adjacent sides are concave. Pear or bean shaped or kidney shaped is the main peculiarity morphology of Neisseria gonorrhoeae. They possess pili on surface. They are generally intracellular organisms, non-motile, non-sporing and non-capsulated, whereas fresh isolates are to be capsulated. Then cultural characteristics. They have exacting growth requirements and cannot grow on ordinary medias. They grow well on enriched media. They are aerobe but can grow anaerobical medias. The growth needs supplement of 5 to 10 percentage carbon dioxide, or the growth is improved by the addition of 5 to 10 percentage carbon dioxide. Optimum temperature is 35 to 36 degrees Celsius and optimum pH is 7.2 to 7.4. Then media. Blood agar, chocolate agar and Thayer Martin medium containing colistin, nystatin and vancomycin and modified Thayer Martin medium containing additional trimethoprim are used. Then colony characteristics. Small, round, translucent, grey, convex or slightly ambonated, finely granular colonies are formed. Ambonated is the colony appearance of in the case of bacterial organism. Then, on the basis of colony appearance, autoagglutinability, and virulence, Kellogg divided colonies into four types: T1, T2, T3, and T4. Type T1 and T2 forming small brown colonies produced by pileated strains, autoagglutinable and virulent gonococci. Type T3, T4 are produced by non-pileated avirulent strains which form smooth suspension. Fresh isolates develop type T1, T2 colonies and on subculture they develop T3 or T4 type colonies. On the basis of colony appearance, T1, T2, T3, T4, these are the four types of colonies. Then biochemical reactions. Neisseria gonorrhoeae is catalase positive, oxidase positive and utilize glucose only with production of acids. These are the important types of biochemical reaction comes under Neisseria gonorrhoeae. For referring in the internet, there is no further IMVIC test of Neisseria gonorrhoeae. So you can importantly do that the catalase, oxidase and glucose fermentation test for biochemical reactions of Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Then antigens present in the Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Pili, that's a protein antigen present in Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Then outer membrane proteins contain 1, 2 and 3. Then IgA protease enzyme, lipopolysaccharide antigen and capsular antigen. Outer membrane proteins contain 1, 2 and 3 proteins. IgA protease antigen, lipopolysaccharide and capsular antigen. These are the antigens present in Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Then resistant factors. What are the resistant factors for Neisseria gonorrhoeae? Neisseria gonorrhoeae is a very delicate organism. Delicate organism means easily destroyed by heat. Heat drying and antiseptics are readily killed by Neisseria gonorrhea. Freeze drying is a method for long-term storage of Neisseria gonorrhea. Then pathogenesis or disease causing mechanism or disease causing ability. Neisseria gonorrhea is the cause of sexually transmitted disease called gonorrhea. So it is known as gonococci. Clinical features. In males, the disease starts as acute urethritis with mucopurulent discharge through urethra. Infection may extend along the urethra to the prostate, seminal vesicle, and epididymis. That is the main feature is mucopurulent discharge through urethra. This is the main symptom of acute urethritis in males. It may lead to stricture formation in chronic cases. What is known as stricture formation? Stricture means narrowing of urethra. Narrowing of urethra in the chronic cases in the case of males. It can cause conjunctivitis due to auto-inoculation by fingers or when a patient touch with the lesion, thereby we can itching our eyes, so it can create conjunctivitis due to auto-inoculation by fingers. It can cause proctitis as a result of anal sex. Then disease development. Infection occurs by sexual contact. It is known as a sexually transmitted disease. Adhesion to urethral mucosal surfaces. Penetration through intracellular spaces reaches to subepithelial connective tissue, then forming urethritis, and finally purulent urethral discharge. First step, infection occurs by sexual contact, then adhesion, organism is adhered to urethral mucosal surfaces and then slowly penetrate through the intracellular spaces and reaches to the subepithelial connective tissue and forming urethritis, and last finally purulent urethral discharge. Blood invasion and metastatic lesions may occur in the case of urethritis in the males. It can also cause water can perineum characterized by spread of infection to periurethral tissue causing abscesses and multiple discharging sinuses. In females, it forming cervicitis disease. What is known as cervicitis? Infection involves urethra and cervix uteri. Infection may extend to Bartholin's gland and endometrium and fallopian tube, causing pelvic inflammatory disease that is known as PID and salpingitis, leading to sterility. Asymptomatic carriage in cervix is also a common symptom in the case of Neisseria gonorrhea. It can cause proctitis by direct contiguous spread in women, and it can cause conjunctivitis due to auto-inoculation by finger. Blood invasion and metastatic lesions such as arthritis may occur. Arthritis means sandhivadam. In prepubertal girls, what are the changes occur in the case of prepubertal girls? It can cause vaginitis in prepubertal girls. Vulvovaginitis is not common in adult females because of the stratified squamous epithelium and acidic pH of vaginal secretion. So, due to the acidic pH of vaginal secretions, the vulvovaginitis is not common in adult females. Then in newborn babies, a non-venereal infection in newborn babies that is known as gonococcal ophthalmia. That is a very rare case in the case of newborn babies. It's a result of direct infection from birth canal. Then laboratory diagnosis. Specimen. What are the specimen to be collected in the case of laboratory diagnosis of Neisseria gonorrhea? In males, purulent urethral discharge, then morning drop of secretions, exudates obtained by prostatic massage. Exudates are collected by massaging the prostate. Then urine. In asymptomatic patients, we collect exudates adherent to mucosa. Then in females, we can collect cervical swab, exudates from urethra, vaginal swab. In the case of both sexes, we collect anal swab, blood and conjunctival swab. Then antibiotic susceptibility testing. It is an important test used in the case of any organism. Antibiotic susceptibility testing is used by Kirby-Boyer disc diffusion method using Gonococcus agar with growth supplements like ceftriaxone, ciprofloxacin, ofloxacin, tetracycline, doxycycline, erythromycin, etc. Gonococci are known to develop resistant to the antibiotic penicillin. Then what are the methods to be adopted for doing antibody detection? Useful in patients with metastatic lesions, especially when isolation fails. Radioimmune assay, ELISA, and hemagglutination test are the tests used for the detection of antibody in Neisseria gonorrhea. Then treatment. The treatment, in the case of treatment, we can use the drugs like penicillin, erythromycin, ciprofloxacin, doxycycline, and ceftriaxone are used for the treatment of Neisseria gonorrhea. These are all about the case of Neisseria gonorrhea. So thank you for watching this channel, for watching this video. If you like this channel, please like, share, and subscribe.